And good morning. Sorry about that. I was running a couple minutes late. I was getting some new weather stats in. I'll get my collar worked out in a little bit. How are you this morning? I hope well. As we begin New Year's Eve 21, we will go out with a bang. Today is not going to be too bad. The weather is going to be kind of perfect, especially if you were on the beach. It would be perfect. 70-degree weather. We'll get to 80 today. The rain will end by lunch, and New Year's Eve will be a perfect time to bring in the new year. Tomorrow will be totally different when we get there, and we'll discuss all that. But I was getting the latest maps that we have that are coming in about the severe weather tomorrow. I wanted to compare mine to what the National Weather Service has to make sure we're all on the same level. Everything matched up, and it does. There will be some imaginary lines I'm going to show you in just a little bit of where the bad weather in between the levels of it getting worse. Mississippi is in this, and also Alabama to receive some pretty serious weather tomorrow. As we have said all along with this one, it has been pay close attention to this storm. The storm that we had a couple of nights ago, the weather pretty much stayed the same. What we have now is hot air and cold air meeting, and the temperatures are going to drastically reduce after this storm comes in. So that typically means that conditions are going to be worse than anything else. So we want to pay close attention to what this is going to do. A lot of times storms build here and then move on out. We're going to follow this and make sure that you're absolutely safe, but make sure that you have a weather plan in between now and tomorrow. And when I say weather plan, you think, what are you talking about? I ain't doing it. Basically, being able to know when bad weather breaks out, having a weather radio, or 2 or 3 different ways that you're notified, because this is going to happen late Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. And by all means, I want you to be protected and be able to go to a safe place. A lot of these storms, you do not want to be in a mobile home. That's not running anyone down. I don't want you to take that wrong. If you live in a mobile home, that is wonderful. But when tornadoes break out, it is not the safest place to be. You need to be in a very strong shelter, a storm shelter if you've got one. Maybe your neighbor's got one. Make plans to go somewhere where you could be protected. That's what we're talking about. We want you to be safe. It is the possibility of some tornadoes with this. We have a line between Lauderdale and Kemper County that will jump between a 2 and a 3, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment as we get into the weather. A few headlines across the nation this morning. Madison County in Mississippi, an employee has been arrested for child exploitation and sexual battery. More details as that comes out here in the state of Mississippi. We don't need that around children. We'll follow that story and have more on that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning also. A Mississippi Highway Patrol trooper was involved in a shooting in Wilkinson County in a chase and ended in some gunfire. Not much coming out on that. Is being investigated. Something went on. Mississippi Highway Patrol. We'll have more on that as details come out on that also. Let's see. A bicyclist died after he was hit with a car in Hattiesburg area. Was hit while he was riding a bicycle and later died. You know, we had an incident like that not long ago in our area where somebody was hit with a car on a bicycle. If you ride, make sure that you've got plenty of clothing that's bright lit, especially if you do it in the day or night. Make sure that you're seen. We've seen cases, not this case here, to where people drove off. We certainly don't want any hit and runs on that. That happened nationally not long ago. But if you do ride bicycles, just make sure that you're lit up very well. Reflectors and clothes that can be seen. And if you're driving early, always pay attention to that. Don't ever text before daylight, because there's a lot of people that get up and exercise bright and early on that. Let's see here. As we go to Colorado, a lot of fires. I don't know if y'all have seen this, the wind blowing this, and at least 600 homes have been destroyed by fire. Hate that. Horrible to lose your home to a fire and everything that you own that you've worked so hard. We are seeing, and this is not one of these made-up things, be prepared. This Omicron, the U.S. has recorded 512,000 cases daily since this thing broke out. For the second day in a row, 512 cases, new cases of this thing. Wash your hands. Take every precaution that you can. The city of Meridian has closed its offices for a few days. Jackson has done so. New York is being devastated by it as that everything is closed down. It hasn't gotten that serious here in the state of Mississippi. But I say all of this just to be cautious of what you do and what you're around. Just make sure to use precaution. We don't want you sick by any means. This is a real thing. It does happen. It's not something that's made up. Omicron, all of these diseases are rough. All right. Good morning to you. Let's see, as we wake up today, I hope you're feeling well. We say good morning to Joy Seal. How are you? Donna Roseman is up along with Connie Johns, Brian Troy, Linda Accord, LaWanda Grantham. How are you, girl? Janice Bounds, Chet Parker, good morning, he says, and Happy New Year from Chet's Paint and Body Shop. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is my strength of my heart and my portion forever. Psalm 73:26. It's a good message, Chet. Very good. Thank you for sharing that with us this morning. Linda Accord, Happy New Year to everyone and be safe. Joyce Godwin, good morning, along with Joy Robinson. Steve and Wanda McKinnon, good morning. And good morning and Happy New Year to all from Terry Ray. Also, I wanted to address this. I posted this just a moment ago. Let me show you this. This happened last night, and I don't want anybody to think something else happened, but let me show you here. There was an alleged robbery last night. A gentleman was found in the parking lot of San Marcos, and originally he told police that he was robbed. His phone was stolen. He was bleeding, kind of passed out. Well, it turns out he actually got into a fight 2 or 3 streets back here and then stumbled up this way toward Highway 19 and fell in the parking lot looking for help after he'd been, I guess there's no other way to word this, but he'd been whooped by somebody, got into an altercation. Maybe that is the fancier way to word that. But it was not a robbery. It was a fight. And he made up a story at the end of the day. They've sifted through all that. I've spoken with the Meridian Police Department this morning and verified all of that. So that's what went on last night. So don't be scared that somebody's going to jump you there. And that's what actually happened last night. So as we begin our day, we kind of know what happened. You'll hear this, that, and the other. And I think a statement is forthcoming from the police department. That is what I found out early, and I wanted to get that out there so you'll know exactly what went on. All right, let's get into some weather. That's important to us. We are all weather cautious. That's how I got in this originally, some 20, almost 30 years ago, because I like to know. I don't like to fear things. I like to know where it is, and that's how I stumbled into the weather world. Nothing to fear here. Just know your surroundings and what's going on. Let's go to radar and take a look at these lines of what is coming and what is out there. All right, let me find my correct button here and go over here, and let's pull up radar. This is the prediction for tomorrow. As we pull this up, these are our levels here. We've got level 1 here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, a level 2 right here. This is going to be the Meridian area. Let's zoom in on this. As we look at this closely, this is Clark County. Most of Clark County, excluding the Shabuda area, is going to be in a level 2. Shabuda and southward toward Wayne will be a level 3. As we get into Lauderdale County and all points north, this is going to be Decatur, these areas here. And let me just turn on some locations. And I had some questions about this earlier. Let's look at where this is. This is, I was being asked about Decatur. Here's Decatur, and just up the road from there, Union is going to be a level 3. As we come across here, Walnut Grove, these areas here. Northern Decatur, right up here, northern Newton County, as you get into right here, Little Rock is going to be in a level 3, and as you come across, here's where the Battlefield Drag Strip is, just barely into that level 3. As this line comes across, here is West Lauderdale High School. It will be just, I don't know, half a mile there from Chet's Paint and Body. West Lauderdale Elementary will be the level 3, and also Arkadelphia Baptist Church there. This line cuts due straight across. NAS Meridian will be in a level 3, and it takes sort of a turn there at Lauderdale and doesn't quite make it to the Kemper County line, but it cuts out Dellwood, making it a level 2. As we back out and dig into this further and we go northward, all of Kemper County, level 3, as we go all the way to the top of the state of Mississippi of this. Let me turn off locations where you can kind of see a little bit better here. Tuscaloosa, all our friends here to the east, this is a level 3. As we go all the way up to the state here, this is going to go northwest of Memphis and be in between Jonesboro, Arkansas in there. cutting short, going north of Jackson, Tennessee, up to Clarksville, Tennessee, due east, taking in all of Nashville, Murfreesboro, and then coming back to the east down through Cleveland and Chattanooga in these areas. Taking in, this is going to be Georgia right here. Here's Rome, Georgia, as we get into this right here, Cartersville, and then comes back into Alabama, just southeast of Oxford, below Tuscaloosa and below Birmingham as we come across here. Let's see some more areas here that you will recognize. Here's Utah, Livingston, Alabama, as we look at this, right on the line at a level 3. The outskirts of town will be in a level 3. And again, these are imaginary lines. Just because you live here, don't think, oh, it's not going to be bad. It could very well be bad. I'm just showing you where the lines are, what the National Weather Service has drawn. And maybe that gives you a better grip of what is coming, gives it into your head. Now, level 3, pretty serious there when you get into this. Tornadoes can happen very quickly anywhere in this neighborhood. That brown area, they can happen in this too. In the green area, not likely, but never rule out anything. But likely, and this could very well be some very bad weather that is coming. This is what was forecasted the other night as we had those storms that rolled through Kentucky. We're still 24 hours out. This can change in between now and then. Not trying to scare anybody. What I'm trying to say is be prepared for the worst. I'll be here to walk you through it. When these storms break out, we'll tell you how close it is to you, where it is, with the best of our ability with radar to make sure that you're informed. That's what is important, your safety. We want you to know. So we'll walk through it step by step, letting you know. All right, let's turn this off and let you see what's happening this morning. Let's turn off the severe. Now, this is today. This while we're here, this is severe weather today. This is going to be the Memphis area, Clarksville, Nashville, right up here just north of, Murfreesboro does make it in there. That's our area today. Let's jump to Sunday now and take a look at what's going to happen on Sunday. As we turn this off, this is Sunday. It's going to be east of us. Gulfport will be a level 1, and these areas here up through Durham, North Carolina, down the coast there, Savannah, those areas there will be a level 1. We do have these fog advisories out. Let's turn this off so you can see all of that, what's going on right now. And this was what we've got. Now, there's going to be areas of fog this morning also as you're waking up, heading out. Patchy fog, but it still doesn't mess up your visibility. So we want to make sure that you're prepared for all of this when you head out this morning. No rain on forecast here. We do have a shower, a slight one here as you cross into Newton County and on into Neshoba County right there before, let's turn on this location. This is going to be right around Battlefield, I think. Yeah, right past Battlefield and between House before you get up to Talbert Enterprises. A small shower just to the southwest of Damascus. Anyway, they're very small, but makes the road slick. Be careful while you're there. That's the only rain that we're showing closely. Let me turn that off where you can see that's close. There's a pop-up. I missed that one, didn't I? Right there at Newton. It's small, teeny weeny. If you're in Newton, you may have seen that. We back out. The fog gets heavier right here at Tuscaloosa in these areas here. But this is, all of this gray area is a fog advisory this morning until 9 a.m. Light showers up here in the northeastern portion. Jackson, Tennessee has showers. Clarksville, a little bit to the south of Nashville, showers also. The big picture as we back out. Look at Atlanta. If you've got to go through there, it is thick fog as we go on up the coast there. West Virginia, lots of it. Omaha, Nebraska. And all these purple areas as you get into this are winter weather advisories. These are these storms that are going to be coming down, pushing this in this hot air meeting that's going to cause these storms tonight. Rain out in El Paso. We've got snow all out in Colorado in those areas. And as you go up into this upper portion, let's just click somewhere and see what the temperature is. North Dakota, let's find out what it says. Yes, not wanting to. Negative 15 in Hazleton, North Dakota this morning. Negative 22 in Lunds Valley. I am so glad I'm not there. Let's go over to Montana. Montana, negative 17 degrees this morning. Cleveland, Montana. I pick on those two states, but boy, let me tell you, that is some kind of cold weather. I get cold at about 32. I cannot imagine being negative. That would be where you really have to check your antifreeze, wouldn't it? It would be. Happy New Year to everyone there watching. All right, let's get into what the National Weather Service tells us this morning as to what to expect today and roll from there. Let's look at record highs and record lows first. 1951, we had a high of 79. We could beat that today. We're expected to be right at 80. We could beat it by 1 degree. Our record low was set back, 21 years ago in 2000. Have mercy, it doesn't seem that. I was downtown Meridian as the Y2K rolled in, and we thought everything would shut down. And it was in 13 degrees that following year at 2000. Wow. As we look at today, Alabama, shower 78 in Demopolis, Alabama, Tuscaloosa 76, Fayetteville down to Troy where it'll be a little warmer there, 80 degrees. Livingston, y'all will see about 79 degrees there. And as well as Alabama, some early morning fog, and then it's going to clear off and be cloudy for the rest. Not clear off, but it'll be cloudy and no rain. All that's moving out. It's going to be a perfect New Year's Eve to shoot fireworks and do what you want. Again, this dense fog advisory in effect, quarter-mile visibility for our friends in Alabama there. Make sure that you're on that. Now, as we come across, this is what the National Weather Service has put as our timelines. Now, as I went through this 1, 2, and 3 category just a little bit ago, let's talk about enhanced. This is going to be northern Lauderdale County right here at the line, right there, including Union, and all points north will be this enhanced risk. Damaging winds of up to 60, 70 miles an hour, large hail, golf ball size hail, and tornadoes are possible. Anywhere that you see this orange color, that's what is expected. Slight risk means damaging winds, hail, quarter size, golf ball size hail, and tornadoes are possible. That would be the Meridian area and most of Clark County and west back towards Jackson, taking in most of Newton, Jasper County, Smith, and Scott County right through this area back to Vicksburg. Now, the level 1 would be Shabuda and due south to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, including all of Gulfport in these areas as a level 1. Means we could have some thunderstorms in those areas, but nothing serious. The timeline. If you live right on the Lauderdale County line, Kemper County, expect this anywhere from 3 p.m. To 10 p.m. The Meridian area and most of Newton County, this line will cut across here, will be 2 p.m. till 11 p.m. So it's an hour difference starting earlier southward here. And then above that, Winston County, as you get into Louisville, Knox, or Pater, anytime after 3 o'clock. Let's just say, be on the safe side. Start noticing weather tomorrow afternoon, 1:30, 2 o'clock to be on the safe side. I'll be here through it as we watch this come across. But these are our lines. We want you to know as much as you can about all of this. So this is what we've got. These are our lines. I'm going to post this in a little bit as we get back up so that you'll see the timeline and know what to expect. I'll add that to my last post. Now, as we look at windy, it's going to be bad windy tomorrow. Level 2 up here with the wind in the Mississippi Delta. What we're looking at in our area are sustained winds of 20 to 25. We will have gusts of 30 to 35, which means your garbage cans, any lawn furniture that you have, especially, the umbrella things, take that down. And also, if you've got a TV that is on your back porch that you watch, like you have the outdoor setup going and you got a TV, might be best to unbolt that and take it down with that wind coming in to where something blows into it and busts your screen. Better to be a little bit more cautious on this. But it will take toys and things like that and blow around in the yard. So if you got the plastic toys, secure them somewhere to where they won't be blowing around. You'll be chasing them across a pasture somewhere. So that's what we've got with the wind tomorrow. Very, very windy. And that's going to start bright and early around 9 and go till about dark 30 right there at 5. We'll get into the deer hunting thing, but I'm going to go ahead and out on a limb say tomorrow's not a good day. As we look at Alabama, Demopolis, all this area to Auburn, Alabama, Montgomery, all of this area is going to be a level 2. And you have to get into the southeastern corner of Alabama to get out of the level 2 as we looked at the other map there. And this is from the National Weather Service, as they put it there, damaging possible winds up to 60 miles an hour. As we keep going here, this is what we're looking at over our temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days. Wow. Maybe we're still above average. That line right at Lauderdale County and southward toward the coast there, still above average. We're still warm, as y'all feel it this morning. We're going to take some dips into temperatures, though, as we look at our 7-day forecast. And here we are. As we look at this is Temperatures are going to change as we look at Sunday. Do y'all see this? Now, today, let's go ahead and start out. Let me go in a row and not jump around. 30% chance of rain today, and that's going to end by noon today. After that, we're going to have cloudy, but we are going to have gusts throughout today of about 20 miles an hour. Very gusty there. As we get into tonight, no rain, so it's perfect for shooting fireworks and bringing in the new year at midnight. Nothing's going to happen. You'll start seeing fog if you're going to be out late after 2 a.m. is when we're expected fog to roll in into Saturday morning when you wake up. So we've got a little bit of that. Now, slight chances of rain before 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then, as we say here, things start going south for our area. Meridian area, be ready for 2 o'clock. North of that line of Lauderdale County, expect those severe weathers to be around 3 o'clock. Again, let me say that can always change. It bounces back and forth. It's Mother Nature. Let's go ahead for everybody and say after lunch. Just be weather cautious tomorrow. Things speed up, they slow down. You never know until we get really close to it. But we're going to have those gusts of about 35 miles an hour. We just talked about making sure that you've got everything secured so it won't blow it around. Make sure that you've got that. Our high tomorrow, look at that, 79 to 80, just like today. And then we're going drastic as Saturday night rolls in at 90% chance of showers. And it should end all the rain by 4 a.m. The worst of the worst should end by 4 a.m. as it makes its way out. Sunday, we have a 40% chance of rain. As we look at this, that's going to be somewhere in between 7 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you may get wet as you go to church. It's a 40% chance. It's not horrible there. As we roll into Monday, look at that low. We're going from 80, 52 at night, 68 last night, what we're sitting at right now, to 26 on Sunday night. Pipes can freeze. Make sure that you wrap your pipes in between now and then. As we roll into Monday, look at the high. This is almost nearly half of where we are today. 80 Monday, it's going to be, you better find your jacket in a hurry weather. 48 for the high. It'll be clear, but 30 degrees for our low on Monday night also. We'll have a north wind 5 to 10 miles an hour on Monday. So that 48 degrees with that light breeze coming in is going to be, well, it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. Now, it warms up a little bit Tuesday, and then we're back up into the 60s by the end of the week. And all I can tell you is it's southern weather. But we've got some treacherous weather from now until Monday. We're going from hot to cold back to warm again. Now, let's jump all the way through January the 14th. We're really bringing in the new year with a bang, aren't we? Let's go ahead and look at what we've got here happening through January the 14th. 64 on Thursday the 6th as we go to 45. Look at that. That's going to be 25 degrees. And then we only get to 45 on the 7th. Then we'll get back into the 50s. It's going to be that up and down weather as we get into about the 10th of the month, kind of leveling out at 50 and 60 degrees during the day and nighttime lows of anywhere from 35 to 40. But be prepared. We'll watch this closely. So what's the deer hunting today? Well, let's see. First major time is going to be from 11 until 1. Noontime hunt would be perfect, and they're giving it a good for today if you want to get out and hunt on this final day of New Year's. The rut is fixing to start. This is that week where it starts getting good, so be prepared. Winds today will be southwest winds 5 to 10, gusts of 20 miles an hour. So we've got an interesting weather coming up. As Miss Gail Gafford said, plants on the porch. Watch that. Happy birthday, Jay. Somebody's having a birthday there. Let's see. Joe Collins, happy birthday. Hope you have a good one there. Let's see. Connie John said she lived in Fargo, North Dakota, and that had to be a very, very cold place to be. LaWanda Grantham said we had over 4,000 cases of Omicron reported in Mississippi yesterday, and over 30 deaths. So this is a very serious thing. We do not know everything about the COVID that we should know. There's just, each variant brings something new. In the beginning, we didn't know really what to think. It is real. It is deadly. We don't want anyone losing their life. Maybe you have a right as an American to choose whether you want to get the vaccination. It's your choice. A lot of people choose it. Some choose not to. But you should have a choice to do that, whether you want to or not. Not everybody, his body is ready for it, and your doctor and you should make that decision. But take every measure to be prepared the best that you can so that you won't get sick. A lot of things are closing nationwide. We're hoping that this doesn't turn into a complete shutdown again. We certainly don't want that. We'll report it as it happens to keep you up to date on that. That's a lot of people getting sick there. So be careful. I'd suggest not shaking hands for a little while. Just be on the safe side of that. That's a quick look at our weather. Now, we're going to be kicking off in about 1 hour from now, getting ready for the morning show. Come be a part of it. 1 hour, be back with me, and we'll go over everything that's happening nationally, locally, and fill you in on everything. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Again, 69 right now. Woo, it's warm as we head for a high of 80. Thanks for being a part of this, and thank you to all the sponsors that make this happen each and every day. I cannot do it without them. They make it happen, and I do appreciate it. And without you, wouldn't be here. Thanks for being a part of this, and I'll see you very soon as Candace is preparing to be here. We'll be back shortly.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by